Want to help support the channel? Then why not check out the merch that's available from the links below in the description. Help out the channel and get more phenomenal stuff for yourself. And now with that, let's jump straight into the video. Hey Ranger Nation, welcome back to a video. I have a question for you. Which is better, cameos or Easter eggs? Let's discuss. Again, back with Cinderella. So today I've been really thinking, what is better, cameos or Easter eggs? Now, me personally, I really like Easter eggs more than cameos. Like, I don't mind cameos. Like, I really want to see certain people come back. But in general, I really love Easter eggs because it makes you hunt through the episode. It makes you want to rewatch it if you didn't pick something up. And I love Easter eggs in this. But the main question is, when it comes to Power Rangers, I think Dino Fury is one of the most Easter egg heavy episodes that I have ever kind of seen, because I feel like they've really looked into the past of the Power Rangers, you know, little things. Like the biggest Easter egg episode that I've ever seen before Dino Fury was Dino Thunder, where Tommy's going through all the files and you see past Sentais and stuff like that. And I loved that. That to me was, I think, one of my favorite episodes where they actually showed, like, they actually did research and they were like, hey, we're going to put other stuff in there. So for me personally, that was like 10 times better. But what is the main thing? What I do know is the main thing is that you need to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe again. Just to make sure that you are as well, because that's the cool thing. And everyone likes to be really, really cool. So I know you're cool too. When it comes to like cameos, like the only thing that we normally see, or if someone's going to be in the episode, it is always just the simple thing. It's like, you know, the last one we really saw was Dimensions in Danger, when you had loads of different Rangers in it. You know, at times, like, you had Piggy, who was in Mystic Force, who dropped down, like, was just randomly there. That one was a very kind of weird one for me, but at least it was there. And again, that was not a bad one. When they happen like one episode, it doesn't kind of make me hyped up for it. It's like, oh cool, that person's back. And majority of the time is we always see that it's like Tommy coming back, and it gets a bit boring. Like last time on, you know, Grid Connection, you obviously had other cameos from other Rangers, mainly the dinosaur ones. But I would have loved it if we saw someone else. Like we saw, was it? I can't remember. It was Scott's dad. If you know who his name is, Colonel someone, let me know down below in the comments. But like, he made a cameo at the end, and that was really cool. I kind of like that. But Easter eggs, I think, is 10 times better because it shows, again, as I mentioned, that they've paid attention to the actual to the past, so that you can watch it and go, oh, that's really cool. Or you go back and go, oh my god, I didn't see that. And I kind of think that when someone comes back for a cameo, say like Jason came back in Grid Connection, as I mentioned, or we had stuff in Ninja Steel and stuff like that, does it leave like a bad taste in the mouth, where if it's not up to the expectation of someone, that like, oh, kind of really don't want to watch that one, or that you enjoy it and you're like, oh cool, I'm going to leave that, I'm going to keep watching that. So I kind of always think that if the cameo isn't done well, then pretty much it's just a bad thing and it leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth. I generally do think that they should have extended the Dimensions in Danger like a little bit more rather than what we had. Like when you came back with like cameos, even in like Super Mega Force, you know, everybody hates Super Mega Force, but when you look at the cameos, that's what I kind of normally would see, and that's what I would kind of expect. Like seeing Jaden come back and saying, hey, you know, you need to work together to use this power disc that will help you release this. Or when you saw the people at the end helping, like say Lightspeed Rescue, was it Dana, as well as Carter, like they came up very briefly. So when you see that sort of stuff, to me, I'm like, okay, that's a good cameo, but I kind of want to see more. Like, you kind of really want to know more of the backstory, I think. But, you know, what have they been up to a little bit, or throwaway lines. So there's always like a kind of little bit to it. Easter eggs and references, I think, works really, really well when it comes to it, due to the fact is that you have to search for them, or that they get referenced. Like in the first episode or the second episode of Dino Fury, where you have J-Borg and she says, oh, this is from, is it Hartman's Electronics or something? And you're instantly like, oh my god, that's Operation Overdrive. Or later on, when they reference something else, you go, oh my god, that's from like MMPR, like the Morphing Masters. Like everybody went crazy for the Morphing Masters, and I felt like that was a nice touch for the people to go back. Now, in season 2, if they reference the morphing eggs or whatever they're called, like that would be even better for me personally, because I'd be like, oh my god, that's absolutely amazing. I want more. You had to go far back into the lore of Power Rangers to bring it all out, and those are the reference and Easter eggs, get it, that I love the most, because it shows us that you've been researching rather than, hey, let's just pull off, bring ASJ in, or Tommy, or Jason David Frank, let's bring these guys back in, where sometimes it can just be really like disheartening. Like, Jason didn't really get much say when he was in Grid Connection. Like, I felt that was a really big letdown. But the Easter eggs in Dino Fury being plain and simple, like they've been there. Even in, like, say, Beast Morphers, the Ranger Vault, where it had everything there, like that generally to me was just like, holy shit. Like, there's weapons, mainly from Power Rangers, but like that last lineup where you had like all the Rangers kind of with old weapons from past series and stuff like that, I felt like that was really cool, and that's what I loved, because it's like you're using these things that you've made. Holy crap, yes, more of this please in later seasons. I think when you have Easter eggs or references, you really kind of want to watch more. You want to go over the episode to see if you've got everything. You want to see if the next episode has this. And again, I feel like that's the main thing that you always want, is I want more. And it works so well. Even if you look at the comic books, when you've got references to other Sentais, or you've got TV shows and stuff like that, you really want to know a lot more from it. And that brings it more, it brings it more to, it brings it more forward, that it's more enjoyable. Like, what's the next episode? Is the next episode going to have all of this? And then you start watching, you start looking, and that's what I think works 10 times better than most. Like, I think one of the biggest payoffs, and I don't know if you would class this as an Easter egg or reference, was Vengex being, was Evox being Vengex. Like, looking back at that, seeing it for the first time, and like I'm geeking out to it, that's one of the biggest payoffs to it. I wouldn't see that as a cameo, I'd see that as a major reference. And seeing how RPM at the time, I think, of Beast Morphers was 10 years from that, 10 years prior, to actually include that, bring the voice actor back, and actually kind of conclude and then bring it, even having Dr. K come in, oh yeah, that's more of a cameo, but having Vengex be there was something that I didn't see, and I loved the reference. Like, we all kind of knew it was, like, as soon as you saw it in episode 1 of Beast Morph, it's just like digital, you went, oh, that's probably a Vengex, that is. I already know. And that's it, like, you kind of guessed it, but it's like anticipation, that build up where it dropped. So would you class that as a reference, or would you class that as a cameo? I believe that because the show has got so much history, so much lore to it, that having all these Easter eggs, all these references and stuff like that, I feel like you can really go back and do a lot more than you would do normally. And I think that is what's exciting towards this, rather than it being boring or like not having it and then you're just kind of getting through the episode. You can also make this for kids and stuff. They won't get them, but then when you see it, you're looking back going, oh my god, that they went back to RPM, they went back to Time Force, oh my god, that's amazing. Dino Thunder, that was in there, damn, I remember watching that. And I feel like you can easily bring people into it, and again, as it's aimed for kids, you could easily just go, well, let's put more references, because adults are going to be watching this anyway. It's not as soon as you reach a certain age, you can never watch this again. So you kind of look back and go, okay, that's actually, that's really interesting. With cameos, I get that you get excited. I guarantee that you are 100% excited, but I feel that depending on the cameo. So say, for example, Dino Fury has Jason David Frank coming back. People wouldn't watch it, and I know I've seen this when people have said, oh, just like let me know when this series up, wake me up until when this series when he comes back in this episode, I only want to watch this episode. And then when obviously you have the Fan First Fridays and people start saying, hey, this is what's coming up, people say, oh, just show us Tommy coming back, show us Tommy there, show us this, I don't care, that's the only episode that I want. And I feel like cameos like that, or like guest appearances, really kind of ruin it, because some people just really just don't care and they'll watch it, and that's fine. But I feel like when they try to ruin it for the rest of us, I don't care about that, I just want to see my Ranger back, I feel like that's like the downside to it. So to me on this one, I generally do find that Easter eggs and references are so much better than cameos, because it makes you want to watch the episode. You watch the episode once and then you go back and then look for different references in it. So to me, I think that this is the better option, but I know that everyone has their different opinions on this. As I say, cameos are really good to some degree, but I feel like some people just don't care after a while and they're like, right, we need to, I just want this one episode. So I see it and I don't, but to me, I think, in my personal opinion, I really prefer Easter eggs and references over cameos any day. But with that, what do you think? Are you more of a cameo person, or do you prefer references and Easter eggs? Let me know down below in the comments. And while you're down there, while you're commenting and telling me, why not hit the like button? I was going to say leave a comment, but why not hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, as well as maybe check out the merchandise and pick some more phenomenal stuff up for yourself. Whoever came up with more phenomenal must have been like, that's a great word, we'll use it because it's going to be used everywhere. Anyway, why not check it all out? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。